Everyone, welcome to your full moon in Cancer reading. The full moon is coming up on the 3rd of January. Uh, I'm doing this right before New Year's Eve, so let's just get started and see what's coming up for everyone. Let's start with Capricorn. We're in Capricorn season. Happy birthday, Capricorn. Let's get started. What is the full moon in Cancer bringing up for Capricorn? What is the full moon in Cancer bringing up for Capricorn? There's a message here for Capricorn. Full moon in Cancer. Message for Capricorn. Resurrection. Wow. Okay. Reprise, recovery, comeback. And we've got compassion, empathy, simpatico, kindness. So somebody could be looking to resurrect a situation with you, Capricorn, or this could be you. Okay. They may be seeking your understanding, your compassion. Let's see. Capricorn. What is the message here for Capricorn? Full moon in Cancer. What is the message here for Capricorn? Full moon in Cancer. Oh, got the Sun, the Empress. And let's get one more. Full moon in Cancer. Message for Capricorn. What's the message for Capricorn? What is the message here for Capricorn? Whoa, what is this? Ooh, the Queen of Pentacles reversed. And the Lovers. Oh boy. Okay, Capricorn. So there's an energy of someone coming towards you, seeking, to reconnect with you. Okay, this person is hoping that you'll forgive them. I feel you're the one, if you're the one being approached, you're the one being expected to show this kindness, forgiveness. With the Sun, the Empress, and the Queen of Pentacles reversed, I think it's clear to them now that you're the one here. Okay, you're the one in the Empress energy. You're sitting pretty. With the Sun, it's super clear. Okay, everything's clear to this person. With the Queen of Pentacles reversed, this person was disloyal to you in the past. Okay, we do have the Lovers as the underlying energy. They made some kind of choice that had a consequence, and they were disloyal in some way or shape to you. Okay, for some, yes, it's literal. They may have left you for another person or done something, right? For others, whatever, they just made a choice that was disloyal to you. But now they see quite clearly that they made the wrong choice, and they're coming back, and they're hoping you're going to forgive them. Let's see. Why is the Sun there for Capricorn? 7 of Swords. Gosh. Yeah. You know what? This person's, whatever they did, their disloyalty, light's being shed on this. Okay? Light is being shed. Everyone can see what this person has done. It's public. Let's look at the Empress. Yeah, Knight of Swords. This is the person hoping to come back towards you. Okay, could be an air sign. They're hoping to come back towards you. They see clearly that you're this Empress energy, and they want to reveal the shady stuff that they've done. Let's look at the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, the 4 of Cups. This person, maybe in a period of boredom, right, was disloyal to you. If this was someone you were partnered up with, then yes, they were definitely disloyal. They were bored. They could have taken a lover, okay? Something like this, but light's being shed on this. Okay, you could even have left your connection, right, and they're heading back. For some of you, it may have been that they were not, like they didn't leave you for another person, okay? This person could have been bored and just gone off to see what else is out there, maybe took a job or prioritized something else, not this connection, okay? Now let's look at the 7 of Swords. Yeah, the 4 of Swords. This person would like to heal this, okay? They've had some time to think about it, right? And now they're trying to come back, trying to heal this. Okay, it's very public though. I feel you know clearly what this person has done. You're not in any doubt. Let's look at the Prince of Swords. 8 of Wands. Yeah, they'd like to move forward with you. Okay, they're hoping that you're going to forgive them. Let's look at that 4 of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, they may have chased something else, another opportunity. Okay, of some kind. Okay, let's look at resurrection. Why is that there? The Tower. Yeah, it's going to come as a bolt from the blue when this person returns to you. You might not be seeing, you might not expect this. You might have thought that they made their choice, they made their bed, they're going to lie in it, but no, they're coming back towards you. Okay, let's look at compassion. Yeah, King of Cups. Capricorn, I think this is your energy, whether you're a male or female, whatever, it doesn't matter, but you're this loving energy, and this person is hoping that you're going to forgive them. Okay, they're counting on this. They're counting on the fact that you are caring and compassionate and you're going to forgive them. Well, just be a little watchful with that. You know, I mean, it's up to you whether you want to forgive this person or not, and it may depend on what they've done exactly. But just be aware that someone who betrayed you is heading back your way, seeking compassion. Okay. Then it's like with hindsight, they see clearly what they left behind. Okay. Okay, so it's up to you if you want to give this person another chance. Okay, so that's Capricorn. Let's move on to Aquarius. Okay. New moon, full moon in Cancer. What is the message here for Aquarius? Full moon in Cancer. What is the message for Aquarius? We've got Maynard, madness. Ooh, and we've got thirst beneath that. Craving, compulsion, obsession. Ooh, and we've got jealousy. Jeez. Okay. Looks like the new year starting off in a bit of a dramatic fashion, Aquarius, for you. We've got thirst, craving, compulsion, obsession. We've got this Maynard energy. Madness, ecstatic ritual, and energy release. Ooh. I think there's someone here who is pretty obsessed with that craving, compulsion, it's like an obsession. But with this madness, ecstatic ritual, I feel like this is someone who wants to connect with you in a pretty sexual way, Aquarius, okay? With this jealousy, this person is filled with jealousy, maybe at the thought of you going a different, maybe going a different path. This person is changing course, okay? It may be somebody who left you and who is returning because they can't stand the thought of you being with anyone else, okay? Or if you're cross-watching, this could be the Aquarius doing this. Okay, let's see. Okay. This person is very jealous at the thought of you getting with anybody else, okay? I'm getting that. And I feel like this person thinks that if they can have this, if they can get with you physically, then like they've got you, okay? You're not going anywhere. That's kind of what I'm feeling as well. Okay, let's see. What is the message here for Aquarius? Full moon in Cancer. Message for Aquarius. What's the message here for Aquarius? The Lovers. Four of Wands. Oh, and we got the Seven of Swords and the King of Pentacles. Okay. Gosh, with the Fool. Yeah, this is someone who wishes to have a new beginning. Okay. With this Lovers, I mean, they are thinking of the physical aspect of things. Okay. And they feel like that will cement a relationship. That's what I'm feeling. Like this person thinks that if they get with you physically, then that's it. You'll stay put. Okay. With the Seven of Swords and the King of Pentacles. But you know what? I'm not sure that this person will be honest when it comes to some kind of commitment. Okay. There's deception there. It's not entirely clear. It feels like someone who wants to keep you in a relationship, maybe in a physical place, like in a property. Okay. Being lovers with you, but not really maybe promising commitment, or there's something fishy around that. Let's see. Is 2026 going to be a drama-filled year for everyone? Maybe. Okay. These are, oh God, the Ace of Swords just fell out, I guess. Yeah, I mean, these are general readings, okay? Many of you might have a really calm time. Let's see. Why are the lovers there for Aquarius? The Emperor. Yeah, it's this masculine energy, okay, who is coming to take charge. Why is the Four of Wands there? The Fool. See, they want to be in a relationship with you. I feel this is someone who wants to be in a relationship with you, but they may have left you because it says changing course. I feel like this person is heading back your way, or they'd headed towards someone else and now they're coming back your way. Something like this. Let's look at the Seven of Swords and the King of Pentacles. King of Cups. And the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, this person's not honest about a commitment, okay? They're trying to figure out, you know what I'm also getting, gosh, this might not be for everyone, but for at least some of you, I think, or at least one of you, this person could already be in a commitment. They are desperate to get with you though. And with this Four of Wands, they may even just want you to be, gosh, you know, like a live-in relationship while they have someone else. Something like this, okay? Because they're not honest about their commitments. That's what I feel. Okay. Let's look at the Emperor. Why is that there for Aquarius? Two of Pentacles. Yes, this person making the decision. Let's look at the Fool. Five of Cups. See, this is someone who left you behind and now they regret that, okay? They're very worried that you're going to go off and be with someone else. Let's look at the King of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles. So they're very focused on trying to get something going with you. But I feel it's... like they want to get something tangible, right? With this Three of Pentacles, they want to get something going with this Four of Wands. They want to live with you. They want to start a relationship, but they're not honest about their commitment. So for some of you, this person could even be already committed somewhere else, okay? And but they want to be lovers with you, and they want to be in some kind of relationship with you. I'm almost getting an energy of someone who might have one of those secret families. Okay, it's not going to be for everyone, but I'm also almost getting something like that. For some of you, that's the case. For others, I think this person may come towards you wanting to be lovers, promising a lot of things. I'm not sure that they will deliver a serious commitment though. Okay, it's like they're more obsessed with becoming lovers. Okay, so be aware of that. Yeah, either way, I think they're not honest about commitment, okay? Okay, so that's Aquarius. Let's move on to Pisces. Okay, full moon in Cancer. What's the message here for Pisces? What is the message? Oh, what is this? Immortal. Okay. And we've got reason. Listen to advice, think clearly, and the intellect. Okay. Consuming family, pressure of peers. Pisces, you could be feeling under pressure at this time, okay? You could be allowing other people to sway you, your peers, your family. It says listen to advice, think clearly, and intellect. But it's also about not being pressured. It's about thinking calmly, okay, in whatever you're planning to do. Working out what's best for you. Okay. Page of Pentacles fell out. Let me go back. Pisces. What's the message? Ooh, Ace of Wands. Okay. Pisces. What's the message here for Pisces? Oh, what is that? The Nine of Pentacles. Okay, with the Magician. So some of you have something that you wish to go towards. Okay, with this Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands, you're looking at it. With the Nine of Pentacles, some of you are single, okay, and you may be coming under pressure to move, you know, there's some sort of pressure associated with this Ace of Wands. Now, it could be pressure to move towards it, or it could be pressure to let it go, okay. But with the Magician, it feels like other people also pulling your strings. Yeah, we have justice beneath that. For some of you, this is about a relationship, like making it official, okay? You may be currently single, and some of you could be feeling pressure to like commit, okay, towards something, when maybe you just want to stay single. And it says use your intellect and your own reason. Okay, let's see. Why is the Page of Pentacles there for Pisces? It's a Princess of Pentacles, or the Page of Pentacles there for Pisces. Ooh, what is this? We've got the Moon and the Sun. Okay. And let's look at the Ace of Wands. Why is that there for Pisces? Queen of Wands. Let's look at the Nine of Pentacles. The Prince of Pentacles reversed. Ace of Cups. Yeah, I think, you know what? This is about a new relationship. Pisces, for some of you, light has been shed on things that were hidden. With this Page of Pentacles, it's about starting something new. But this, you know, it may even have been something that was done or started that was hidden. Okay, with this Queen of Wands, there's a fiery attraction here. You could feel like you would really want to move towards this, okay? But with this Knight of Wands reverse, some of you are not taking any action. You're not doing it. You're just staying single. And it could be to do with this pressure from friends and family. Let's see. Where's the Moon there? Seven of Wands. Yeah, there's something that was hidden. There's a resistance here. But light's being shed on that. Let's look at the Sun. Page of Cups. Some of you, if this is you, some of you are resisting staying in the shadows, okay? A relationship may have been started as a secret. You're resisting staying in the shadows. You want this person to publicly give to you, okay? Something like that. Let's look at the Queen of Wands. Yeah, the Devil. For some of you, this is a third party. It could be, okay? If not, it's just that this person is seen as very alluring, very sexy, and maybe judged kind of negatively, okay? And that could be why, with this family and pressure of peers, some of you could be feeling like people could be telling you that this person is no good for you, okay? Yeah, something like that. Let's look at that Prince of Wands reversed. The King of Pentacles, yeah. If this is you, Pisces, right? If you're committed, then you're not taking any action to become single. For some of you, this may be a third party, okay? This is a third party, and you're coming under pressure, okay? To free yourself to be single, and you're not taking any action towards that. I'm also getting, for some of you, the pressure may be coming from this person, the Queen of Wands. If this is a third party, then this person is pressuring you, okay? But it's telling you to advise, listen to reason, think clearly, and use your intellect. Let's look at that Immortal. Yeah, the Lovers. For some of you, this choice, your friends and family could be having a big say. And it could, for some of you, as I said, be, you know, like a hidden third party relationship. And now everyone's putting in their 2 bits, telling you, okay, maybe to stay away from this person or something. And so some of you may not be taking any action towards them. Okay, let's look at reason. Yeah, Temperance. It's about, Temperance is also about calming yourself and thinking clearly, okay? Heart and head moving together, you know. So you need to really be in touch with your own heart, your own emotions, and also tune all these other voices out, right? Don't listen to other people's opinion. You need silence, you need distance, and you need to think for yourself, okay? Do you really want this person? Or, you know, are you not taking any action towards them because of pressure from friends or family? Or if it's this person who's pressurizing you, this Queen of Wands, then, you know, you need to really think about whether that is something you really want. It's either way. I think you need time and distance to calm yourself, okay? With Temperance, you could do something you regret if you don't make this decision calmly, okay, using your intellect. So that's what I've got for you, Pisces. And it might be difficult for you because after all, you're a water sign. You could lead with your emotions, right? But now it's a time to lead with your thoughts. That's what I'm getting, okay? Okay, so that's Pisces. Let's move on to Aries. Full moon in Cancer. What's the message here for Aries? Aries, what's the message? Full moon Cancer, what's the message for Aries? What's the message for Aries? Message for Aries. Oh, what is this? Oh, this thirst and may not fell out again. Okay. But we got the call of the night. Daring, adventure, excitement. Aries, some of you, this feels like getting carried away, okay, with some kind of sexual fantasy or the idea of sex with someone or something like that. Some kind of some kind of passion that you're craving. With this call of the night, it feels like, Aries, you are seriously thinking of maybe doing this, maybe having an affair, something like that, okay? There's something you're craving. For some of you, it's not an affair. It may just be a sense of daring. Some of you could just want to go off on an adventure, okay? There's some sort of excitement maybe that's missing in your life and you're craving that. You're craving passion. Okay, let's see. Aries. Full moon in Cancer. Message for Aries. Ooh, what is this? Judgment, the Chariot. Okay, and the Two of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, I'll take that. With the Empress, geez. Okay. Okay, gosh. Okay, so Aries, it feels like you need to use your judgment here, okay? Some of you want to go off on this adventure. You want to do something daring. With the Chariot, you know, you're craving this passion. You want to move towards that. With this Two of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress, it feels like you already have love here, okay, with a spouse, maybe the mother of your children, you know, something like that. And some of you could be craving this excitement and just wanting to move on, okay? So let's see. And if you're not already attached, then maybe you feel like this person can be a whole new, brand new life, something ecstatic, okay, something wonderful. Like with this Two of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress, it feels like this person is the one. You feel like you can have it all with this person, okay? Okay. Let's look at Judgment. What is that there for Aries? Oh yeah, Six of Wands and the High Priestess. So there's a recognition here, Aries. You've had some kind of awakening. You're keeping it quiet, right? With the Six of Wands, you don't want all these other people around you to know this. Maybe you are worried about what they'll think of you. Okay, let's look at the Chariot. Oh, Four of Pentacles. One more. Where's a Chariot there for Aries? Six of Swords, Page of Swords. Yeah, for some of you also have this secret person, okay, where this is where there's someone else in the mix. This person is secretive. I mean, you're keeping that a secret from friends, family. Okay, you want to move on, right? You recognize that you want to move towards this. You know, I feel with the Four of Pentacles, many of you have stayed. This is not an energy of adventure. This is an energy of staying safe, right? Protection. Many of you have done that. You've just been protective. But now it feels like you're ready for adventure, right? Let's look at this Two of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Empress. The Five of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. And the Ten of Cups. Yeah, with the Knight of Wands. Be careful here, Aries. I'm getting that some of you are tempted to act on a passion. Shunning family, okay? And for some of you, you also feel like whatever you're looking for, you haven't got it in the current circumstance that you're in, right? You're lacking this happiness, and you have put this person maybe on a pedestal where you think you're going to have it all with them, like they're going to be the ideal partner, right? The Two of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Empress. And some of you are planning to act kind of impulsively here, okay? So just be a little cautious there. Okay. Let's look at this Call of the Night. Where is that there for Aries? Yeah, Ten of Pentacles. I think for some of you, you're already partnered up, okay? And this just seems super exciting. Like you really want this passion, you want this excitement. Let's look at Thirst and Maynard. Where is that there for Aries? Yeah, Ace of Swords. You're very clear on this course of action, Aries. You want this person. Let's look at the High Priestess. The Nine of Cups. Yeah, you know, you're keeping this to yourself, what you truly desire, that you want to be with this person. Let's look at the Six of Wands. Yeah, the Star. You know, for some of you, you've maintained an image, okay, with that Six of Wands and the Star. You're seen as a star, maybe in some of your, like you're the one that people may put on a pedestal, or they have a very high opinion of you, okay? And so you've kept the secret desire secret. You don't want all these people to know. But I think, I don't know, let's look at this Page of Swords. Yeah, Two of Cups. Let's look at that Four of Pentacles. Ten of Wands. See, you're keeping yourself small, keeping yourself in that protective stance. You know, it's become heavy for you. You're done with that. You want to move on. You're ready for new adventure. And you feel like this person is the one to provide that, okay? So, I don't know, be a little cautious, because, you know, it may be that they are. I don't know. But the Knight of Wands here tells me that you could act impulsively, okay? And, you know, that might not have the best outcome. Okay, so that's something to be aware of. Let's look at this Five of Pentacles. Why do you feel like that? Why is the Five of Pentacles there? King of Wands. Some of you have felt constrained by family. You know, you haven't felt confident to go for your dreams. Or there's something where you felt lacking, okay? Family may have made you feel that way. Right, like you weren't good enough or something like that. With this Five of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups, it feels like someone who felt like they never had supportive family around them, okay? And now sees this Empress person as a chance to have that. Okay. Just be careful, you know, we've got the moon here. We were talking about the full moon in Cancer, right? There's a full moon in Cancer reading. So, you know, by moonlight, things always look dreamy. They're not always realistic. So just pace yourself, because it may be that this is not realistic, or it may be that you have put this person on a pedestal and you don't quite see them too clearly, okay? So either way, take your time, right? Okay, so that's what I've got for Aries. Let's move on to Taurus. Taurus. What is the full moon in Cancer energy for Taurus? What's the message here for Taurus? Full moon in Cancer, message for Taurus. Message for Taurus. Full moon in Cancer. What's the message for Taurus? What is the message here for Taurus? We've got knowledge, okay. It's giving me a bit of a Hierophant energy. Study, learning, education, and we've got free will, sovereignty, independence, free spirit, okay. Okay, that's interesting, Taurus. Study, learning, education. Maybe you've learned something, Taurus. Okay, I feel like this is similar to the Hierophant card. I feel you've learned something. Some of you are in the period of studying, but I feel it also pertains to somebody, this person who is this free will, free spirit. You could be learning this about someone else, or you could even be learning this about yourself, that you want something more free-spirited, okay, and more independent. Let's see. Okay, Taurus, full moon in Cancer. What's the message here for Taurus? Three of Cups, Nine of Wands reversed, and one more. Four of Swords with death. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I think okay. Some of you just feel like giving up with this Nine of Wands reversed. Maybe you've learned that about yourself, right? That you just want to give up. Some of you want to give up on friendships, okay, friend groups. With this Four of Swords, it feels more like taking time out, thinking for yourself. With death, there are endings here. And maybe some of you just wish to be independent, okay? So let's see. Like maybe you don't want to move around in groups, or you know, or maybe you need to separate yourself from a group to go and do something on your own. Let's look at this. Let's look at this Three of Cups. Where's it there for Taurus? Ooh, Three of Swords, Five of Wands. Okay, and let's look at this Nine of Wands reversed. Eight of Cups, Death, and the Devil. Okay. Yeah. And let's look at the Four of Swords. Where's it there? Ace of Pentacles and Strength. Yeah. So with the world, you know, some of you have just recognized that it's time to close chapters. It's time for things to end. Maybe a period in your life, right? For some of you, I'm also getting like, if you were in university or college, you know, it's that period of education that could be coming to an end, and now it's time to be independent, right? You've got to leave friendship groups behind. But also, I think for others, there's been some sort of competition, a little bit of heartache with these friendship groups, and you just want to leave it behind. You're tired of the drama, right? Like maybe some of you have got friends who are like dramatic, and you want to walk away, you just want to end it. It seems toxic with the Devil. You know, maybe you felt obligated to stay with these friends and you couldn't really walk away, something like that. But now it feels like you just want to put an end to it. You want a fresh new chapter. Some of you could want to travel, or if this is happening at work, you could want to quit that, okay? And with Strength and the Ace of Pentacles, it feels like taking time out and recharging while you figure out how to have this new beginning for yourself, okay? Okay. Let's look at knowledge. Where is that there? For Taurus. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, it's taking some time out, thinking about it. You're not doing anything hasty, which is good. Let's look at free will. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles. You know, you've been working on things for far too long, and you just want to leave all this behind. It feels like you just want to go off and do your own thing, okay? Let's look at that Five of Wands. Eight of Wands. Yeah, you just want to move on. And there could be people around you, these friend groups who are like, maybe not frenemies quite exactly, but they're not the best influence, shall we say, and they could be like competitive with you, but at the same time they don't want to see you move on. Let's look at Death. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. You're ready for something brand new. Let's look at the Devil. King of Cups. I think the thing is, Taurus, you had a lot of love for these friends, and that's kept you chained there, okay? You felt anxious, you felt worried about leaving these people behind, but now I think you've accepted that you need to have the courage to move on from this, okay? Let's look at Strength. Yeah, the Tower. You know, you're going to shake things up. Oh yeah, with the Ten of Swords. So I think you're going to shake things up. You're going to end these friendships, which aren't really for the best for you, okay? With the Devil, these groups of people have been the drama, whatever's been going on there, it's been holding you back. And I think you've stayed out of sense of loyalty, but it's time to wrap that up and move on, okay? Be this free spirit. Yeah, be this free spirit. Okay, Taurus. I thought that was pretty good. So let's move on to Gemini. Ooh, okay. Gemini, what is the full moon in Cancer bringing up for Gemini? What is the full moon in Cancer bringing up for Gemini? Oh, what is this? Ancient. Ooh, okay. Ancient, and underlying energy was of hope, anticipation, bright prospects, and wish. Wow. Okay. Ancestry, Egypt, magical inheritance. I mean, Gemini, some of you, I feel almost like a soulmate energy off of this card. You know, with that magical inheritance and ancestry, it just feels like something deep, something that is yours. It's meant to be yours as well. Okay, could be going back from a long time. With hope, anticipation, it feels like you expect this, or you're hopeful you're going to get a wish here. And for some of you, it could literally be to do with an inheritance. Okay, some of you could be getting an inheritance of some sort, okay, or some other kind of windfall that is meant to come to you. Yeah. Okay, let's look. What is the full moon in Cancer energy for? Oh god, the Emperor and Judgment jumped out. Okay, for Gemini. What is the full moon in Cancer energy for Gemini? Three of Wands. Yeah, see, there's that expectation. Emperor, Judgment, and the Three of Wands. Okay, some of you are literally waiting to hear about a judgment regarding an inheritance or some kind of windfall. Okay, you're literally waiting to hear. You expect this. You're hopeful. Yeah, it could be happening even at work or payout. Okay, something like that. Okay. And for others where it's not a payout, I think you're waiting to connect with someone. Let's look at the Emperor. For Gemini, is that there? Six of Pentacles. Yeah, but I think for many this is about some kind of payout. There's the Emperor there for Gemini. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, let's look at Judgment. King of Swords. Oh yeah, I think for many this is about some kind of legal judgment. Where's Judgment there? Chariot. King of Swords and the Chariot. Yeah, so that you can move on. Okay, let's look at the Three of Wands. Nine of Wands, Two of Cups. Yeah, with strength. For some of you, you're waiting for legal judgment, maybe even an inheritance, something to clear, so that you can move on towards someone who you feel is a soulmate. Okay, someone you don't want to give up on. This Two of Cups. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What is Ancient there for Gemini? The Devil. There's a bit of an obsession here, a little bit of a fixation with getting your due here with this soulmate energy. Let's look at hope. Yeah, Five of Cups, anticipation, bright prospects. You don't want to regret this chance, okay? I think for some of you, there's something or someone you wish to pursue. You don't want to give up on it, and it's almost like a fixation. And some of you could be waiting on some kind of judgment or inheritance to move towards this. Let's look at that Six of Pentacles. Yeah, Temperance. You're expecting things to go in your favor here, that you'll get what you want. Let's look at Chariot. Where's that there? King of Cups. Okay, one more. Where's the Chariot there? Yeah, the Magician. So you can manifest your heart's desire. Okay. Some of you are waiting for this payout so that you can go your own way. So that you can pursue this love. Okay, let's look at this Nine of Wands. Yeah, Page of Wands. Some of you have felt like you couldn't make a move without this payment. Okay, like this inheritance or whatever settlement is due you. It's going to enable you to follow your heart, your dreams, right? That's what I'm getting. Okay. I mean, it's not looking. The only caution I would say is with this Devil energy. you know, it may be that some of you are so tied up to getting this inheritance or whatever that you feel you can't do this any other way, like you can't have this relationship or whatever it is unless you get this payout or something like that. And that could be a trap, okay, because there could be another way of doing this. So maybe just don't get too fixated on that. Okay, that's yeah, otherwise, I mean, it doesn't look bad. Looks like you're just waiting to hear, okay, Gemini, and you're hopeful. Okay, so that's the energy for you for the full moon, which is just coming up in a few days, right? So, okay. So what's the message for Cancer? Full moon in Cancer, what is the message here? Cancer, what's the full moon in Cancer bringing up? Full moon in Cancer, what's the message? Message, what's the message here? We've got, nightmare, okay. Nightmare, psychic protection, shield, bad dreams. Gosh. I mean, very literally, some of you could be having bad dreams. You may need to protect your energy, okay. We've got burnt by the sun, ambition, extension, reach. Okay. Maybe that you've overextended yourself in some way, Cancer, and now you feel like it's cost you, okay? Some of you could be having a lot of stress. Maybe in the Christmas period, you've racked up a lot of debt. I mean, you know, it could be something like that, okay, and it's causing stress. Let's see. What is the message here for Cancer? Full moon in Cancer, what's the message for Cancer? Ace of Wands, Star, and the Knight of Pentacles with the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, there's a goal here, okay, with this Ace of Wands and the Star. With the Star, it feels like ambition, you know, that overreach energy, something that is may seem out of reach, or it's going to require a lot from you, something like that. With this Knight of Pentacles, there's a need to take this slow, methodical. With this Five of Pentacles, it feels like, yeah, material trouble. I'm getting for some of you. Yeah, and I also feel for some of you, you may have wanted to be seen as the star, Cancer. You know, like getting like sort of being seen to have a lot, splashing the cash, right? That kind of energy. When in reality, with this Knight of Pentacles, yeah, you're a hard worker, but not flashy. And with this Five of Pentacles, you could feel like you don't have enough, okay? And some of you could be having money problems because you've overreached, right? To try to seem like the star. Like, for example, some of you could be influencers and you want to be seen like this, and so you've rushed out and bought a ton of expensive clothes, okay? It's just an example, but it's something like that, okay? Okay, that's the messages coming off right now. Let's see. Why is the Ace of Wands there? Page of Pentacles, and one more. Ooh, Two of Cups and the Seven of Swords. And let's look at the Star. Eight of Cups, and one more. It's Death. And let's look at the Knight of Pentacles. Ace of Wands and the Five of Wands. Yeah, there's some sort of competition here, Cancer. Some of you want to be seen as this confident star person, you know, and for some of you, you could be, it could even be wanting to move towards a new relationship, but you're not starting it in the most honest way, okay? Because some of you may feel that this person is a star, and you know, and it's like you feel maybe that you can't match them with this Knight of Pentacles energy. Like, they're a star, they're going to want a lot. You feel you don't have enough to give them, okay? Maybe there's a lot of people interested in this person. and you don't want to be seen as just another one of the crowd. You want to come across as suitable to be with the star, right? But there's something deceptive about that, okay? Yeah, let's see. Why is nightmare there? Nine of Swords. Okay, that's not very helpful. One more. Three of Swords. Yeah, the fact that you could be torturing yourself as well, okay? Wondering if you're good enough to be with this person. You feel like you don't have enough. You're thinking, gosh, there's all these other people interested in this person. They're like a star. They're amazing. They're not going to want to be with me, and there's something you don't see about that. Let's look at that burnt by the sun. Five of Pentacles. Yeah, be careful of overreaching, okay? Because you could be left with this Five of Pentacles energy, where you don't have a lot. I'm really getting an impression of someone who may be overextending themselves to impress a love interest, okay? And then winding up like this, okay? Let's look at that Seven of Swords. Yeah, the Chariot. This could be you, Cancer, who's doing this. And the Three of Pentacles. Yeah. When it comes to building a relationship or something, or even at work with co-workers, I'm getting like a false pretense being put up. Okay, that needs to end. Splashing the cash. Let's look at death. Four of Cups. And the Knight of Wands. Yeah, acting out of an impulse, right? Acting out of impulse, doing something reckless. That's what you need to leave behind, okay? Let's look at this Five of Wands. Strength. Yeah, I think it is going to take some kind of restraint, okay? Not to overextend yourself in this competition, right? Some of you could be feeling competitive, okay? And you need to restrain yourself because you could overreach financially and that could cause you a lot of stress. I'm getting that. If you really like someone who is seen as a star and you feel like you're just a Knight of Pentacles, well, you know what? It's not going to work unless they can also see you, unless they see you truly for who you are, right? Because if this person doesn't want to be with you, or they feel that you don't have enough, then, I mean, it's not going to work anyway. So there's no point fooling yourself about that, okay? That's kind of what I'm getting there. It is like a financial message, I think. Okay, so that's what I've got for Cancer. Let's move on to Leo. Full moon in Cancer. What is the message here for Leo? Full moon in Cancer. What's the message for Leo? The call of the night. Okay. Plus 2 there. Okay, and the underlying energy was of hope. Okay, so some of you are, expectant. You're anticipating this call of the night. It seems like a adventure. It's excitement. Okay, let's see. Where's the call of the night there for Leo? Or what's the message here for Leo? Full moon in Cancer, message for Leo. Four of Swords. It's the Star. Full moon in Cancer, message for Leo. What's the message for Leo? And the King of Swords with the Six of Swords. Yeah, some of you, with this Four of Swords, it feels like lying in bed, right? I'm really sorry about the light, okay? The light's gone pretty bad, although I've got every single light on here. But I just wanted to get this reading out. I'm not going to be able to do it any other day. Yeah, so we've got the Four of Swords, Star, and the King of Swords. You're very clear, Leo, if this is you. You've had time to think about it. You're focused on a dream, an adventure. With the Six of Swords, you want to move on, okay? Yeah, feels like moving on. Okay. What's the Four of Swords there for Leo? the Tower, the Two of Swords, and the Three of Cups. And let's look at the Star. Where's up there for Leo? The Wheel of Fortune and the Eight of Pentacles. Let's look at the King of Swords, Ten of Swords, and the Hermit with the Ten of Cups. Yeah, some of you want to move on, okay? You've had a sudden epiphany, right? With this Two of Swords and the Three of Cups. There's some uncertainty regarding maybe even a celebration, right, with the Three of Cups. Could be a celebratory event. You've had time to think about this. With the Wheel of Fortune and the Eight of Pentacles, it feels like, you know, there was a goal here, but with the Wheel of Fortune, time is shifting, time is changing, and your focus is shifting. That's what I'm getting. Your focus is changed. Now you want adventure. You want adventure. You want something new. With this King of Swords, you've given it a lot of thought. With this Hermit as well, okay, focused on the Star. You feel like it's time to focus on the Star. That's what I'm getting, okay? And you're ready to end things so that you can do this. You want to move on, very clear, okay? Maybe some of you to leave family behind, okay? That could be the case. Let's look at the Call of the Knight. Why is that there for Leo? Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune, it's fated, okay? For many of you, it's fated, and you also really want this, you want this change, you want something for the better. With the Seven of Cups, there's a dreamy energy, okay, fantasizing about what else is out there. Let's look at hope. Yeah, the High Priestess. Some of you are keeping this secret. You're not letting people know that you want this. Wasn't there another reading that was very similar? Gosh, who was it? I can't remember, but there was someone else which had a similar reading. Let's look at the Tower. Yeah, Eight of Wands. See, it's like you've had this epiphany that it's time to move. Yeah, you've had your realization about. You've had a realization that you're not prepared to. That the current path you're on, you're not sure about it. Okay, you're just not sure if that's the right path for you, and so now you feel like it's time to change. Let's look at the Wheel of Fortune. Eight of Cups. Yeah, it's fated that you walk away. Let's look at the Hermit. The Five of Swords. And let's look at the Eight of Pentacles. Six of Cups, yeah. So some of you, you've stayed focused on your childhood or childhood home with family, something like that. For some of you, could even have stayed focused on children, right, if you're older. And it's like you realize now that you don't want this, okay, you want to leave, you want to move, right? Yeah, I think it's you've been in two minds because you haven't wanted to hurt your family or the people around you, but at the same time, you feel like you don't want to sacrifice your dreams and your hopes, okay? That's what I'm getting. And you shouldn't have to, right? You shouldn't have to. I'm just going to get one more card on the Wheel of Fortune. Queen of Wands, yeah. Queen of Wands. Look, if you're a feminine, this is you, okay? You feel like you want this more of an excitement. I think it's actually doesn't matter. It's just that this represents the excitement, the passion, right? Some of you just want to go out there and see what else is out there. You want this adventure, okay? You're tired of just staying put, or you're just not. You don't want to be in this situation. You're tired of that, and you're actively looking to end it, okay, and move on because you want excitement. Okay, so that's you, Leo. That is the energy right now as of the full moon, right? Which is on the 3rd. Of course, in a week or so, the energy will probably shift. Let's see if you do go off, right? Okay, full moon in Cancer. What's the message here for Virgo? I will timestamp all of these, okay? Full moon in Cancer. What is the message here for Virgo? We've got reason, and we've got this Maynard, madness, ecstatic ritual, okay? Listen to advice, think clearly. Well, Virgo, you're a thinker, maybe an overthinker, right? So you are, I'm pretty sure you are thinking clearly. Although with this Maynard here, some of you could be driven, okay, by some kind of passion. But you could also be taking advice from other people. Okay, let's see. What is the message here for Virgo? Full moon in Cancer. The Chariot fellow. Okay. Ooh, 7 of Wands. Okay, and one more. Okay, that's too many. I'll just take the Queen of Swords. Well, I'll take these. Queen of Swords, 2 of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. We do have the Devil at the bottom of the deck. I feel that's that energy of the madness, the ecstatic release, right? There's something you wish to accomplish, and you could be really fixated on that, okay? With the Chariot, you want to move towards it. The Chariot and the 7 of Wands, it is absolute determination to do this. In fact, it's not willing to listen to anybody. It's like your mind's made up. You are going to do this, okay? And it's because if it pertains to a partnership, then you know who the right person is. You won't be swayed, okay? You know that this is the person for you. There's almost an obsession here. Yeah, okay, let's have a look. Virgo. Full moon in Cancer. What's the message here for Virgo? Why is a Chariot there for Virgo? 6 of Wands. Oh, sorry, 6 of Swords. And the Page of Swords. Why is the 7 of Wands there? The Fool. Yeah, you're determined to do this. The Empress. You want a whole new life here. Let's look at this Queen of Swords, 2 of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles. What is that there? The Magician. Well, there you are. And the 6 of Wands. Yeah, it's like you want a victory. When it comes to this person, you wish to... You're very particular in your choice of partner. Okay, you're very particular. I feel you want to be with someone, this Empress energy, this Queen of Pentacles, okay? It could even be about partnering up with someone, you want this brand new life. You're determined to do this. There is an obsession or a fixation with manifesting this, with doing this, with making this person commit to you. Yeah, let's look at this reason. 2 of Cups. And the King of Wands. Some of you are determined to do this. You're taking advice from people. Like, it's like you won't be swayed about not going for this person, but it's more like maybe taking advice about how to do this, okay? Let's look at that Page of Swords. The Star. Yeah, you know that this is the person for you. You're very set on your goal. With the Page of Swords, you're probably even watching this person. And if this is not you, feel free to flip it. This could be someone doing this to you. Let's look at Maynard. Why is that there? King of Swords. See, you're very clear-minded. It's interesting. You know, because with the Maynard energy, you kind of think with that madness, it's very passionate. But at the same time, with the King of Swords and with the Devil here, it's like a single-minded focus on this new life with this person, okay? And you won't be swayed. Let's look at the Fool. 9 of Cups. Yeah, this is really what you desire here. Why is the Empress there? The Moon. Where's the Empress there? Ace of Swords. See, I think the fact is that you are very clear in your mind that this is the person that you want. Like I said, it's a single-minded focus. With the Moon, though, it's like, it's kind of like you may even be putting up some kind of pretense that you're willing to listen to people. Okay, I'm getting that. When in reality, your mind is made up. Okay, you know who you're going for. You're just humoring them. You're pretending to listen to their advice. Virgo, when you have this hidden truth all along, you know that this is the person for you. Okay, this is what you want. And yeah, with that Devil again, you're not going to be swayed. You know, it's like a real fixation here. Okay, but it's like you're humoring these people or you're pretending to listen to them, all the while you know. Let's look at the Magician. Knight of Cups. and the Emperor. Yeah, you're bossing up to do this. Let's look at that Six of Wands. The Four of Wands and the Hanged Man. Yeah, it's like you don't care what all these people think, okay? When it comes to your Empress, whoever that person is for you, you don't care what these people think. With the Hanged Man, you see things differently. You know now that this is the person you want, and you're going for it. And I think you're just humoring your friends and family, pretending as though you're willing to listen to them, but in reality, you've already made up your mind here, okay? That's what I've got for you, Virgo. Okay. So that's Virgo. Let's move on to Libra. So we've got Libra, Scorpio, Sag, and yeah, that's it. Libra, Scorpio, and Sag. Yeah. Libra, what's the message? Full moon in Cancer. What is the message here for Libra? Full moon in Cancer. What's the message for Libra? What's the message? We've got hope and we've got reason. Okay. Okay. So you are hopeful, you're anticipating something, and with that reason, perhaps you're also listening to advice. I don't know, or there's a need to listen to advice. Okay. Okay. So the Ace of Wands just now. Okay, Libra, full moon in Cancer. What is the message here for Libra? Empress. King of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Cups with the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah. Some of you want to take action towards this Empress. You're very hopeful, right? With the Ten of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, you see a new opportunity for love, for stability, and you want to go for it. Okay. Okay. Some people could be, I don't know, with that reason, listen to advice. Maybe some people are telling you that, like, because it looks like he's going into the past, right? He's facing the past. This Empress could be someone from the past. Let's look at the Empress. Fool. Oh, what is this? Fool and the Magician. Yeah, you're trying to manifest a brand new beginning, a new life. Let's look at the King of Wands. Judgment. Three of Swords. Ooh. Yeah, this person is in the past, I feel. Okay, this Empress energy. Could be you, Libra. Okay, someone could be coming towards you. This person has recognized maybe that they hurt you. But they're hopeful that they can, that maybe you'll give them this fresh, new, like a new chance. Okay, they're hopeful. Let's look at the Ten of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. Where is that there? The Empress again. Wow. And the Five of Wands. Yeah, this person has someone who had a falling out with this Empress energy. Okay. But now they see a chance for happiness with this person. They recognize they hurt this person and they're trying to manifest a brand new beginning here. Okay. Full moon in Cancer. Message for Libra. Let's look at this hope. Where is that there? Yeah, Ten of Swords. See, I think this is someone that things have ended with, but you're hopeful that you can turn things around, or this person is hopeful. Okay, let's look at reason. The Tower. Yeah. Maybe people are telling this person to think things through before they approach you, if you're the person in the past, okay? Like they hurt you and maybe they're telling them that, you know, like this Empress energy is not likely to forgive you. You've hurt them, you fought with them, something like that. Let's look at the Fool. Yeah, Six of Swords reversed. This is someone who wants to come back. Where's the Magician there? Five of Pentacles. Okay, so this person cast this Empress energy out. Okay, but they're hoping to come back. They know that they hurt you. This is someone who left you behind. Moved on. Okay, shunned you. But now they've had this wake-up call. Let's look at Judgment. Yeah, the Star. They've realized that you're the one. And the High Priestess. You know, I feel with the Star and the High Priestess, there was a lot about you they didn't know maybe, but with the Star, they They judged you based on what was visible, okay, how you appeared. Libra, there's a lot of depth to you with this High Priestess energy, but I feel like this person judged you in a very shallow way based on what they saw, like their outward appearances, okay, and they left you out. Let's look at this Three of Swords. Eight of Wands. Yeah, they moved on. I mean, they may not have moved on to someone else, I don't know, but they judged you a bit harshly. They kind of shunned you and they moved on. And now they've had this wake-up call that maybe they were wrong here. Let's look at the Empress again. Yeah, the Four of Swords and the Ace of Cups. Now they'd like to heal this. Let's look at that Five of Wands. The Hierophant. Yeah, for some of you, this is knowledge this person received, okay, that led to this fight or this falling out. Yeah. Let's look at that Six of Swords reversed. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, they'd like to come back and try again. Let's look at that Five of Pentacles. Ten of Cups. They may have felt that you wouldn't fit in with their family. They were judging you like very much like a book by the cover, right? An Empress is abundant and beautiful, and I feel with the Star, there was, some of you are very visible, very, there's something with the way you're seen, okay? And this person just may have thought that you wouldn't fit in with their family, with their friends groups, things like that. They couldn't see the hidden depths with the High Priestess energy there, because that was secret, that was unknown to them, right? They couldn't access that. And so they moved on, and well, they're coming back. Okay, this person with this King of Cups is in love. They just seem to have made some kind of wrong assumptions about you. Okay, okay, so that's who's someone's heading back, or of course, this could always be you, Libra, doing this. Okay, okay, so that's you, and Libra, if that's you and you judge this person harshly, and people are trying to tell you, persuade you not to go back. And try to pick up, I think you'd be well served by ignoring those people, okay? Because this Empress energy, it is a promise of a new life, and you have it twice, okay? Okay, so that's Libra. Let's move on to Scorpio. Full Moon in Cancer. What's the message here for Scorpio? Full Moon in Cancer. What's the message for Scorpio? Message for Scorpio. We've got supernatural and the past is a prison. Okay. Okay. Someone's hanging onto the past here. There's bitterness. Okay. Be careful, Scorpio. I hope that's not you. Okay. What is the full moon in Cancer energy for Scorpio? What's the message? Five of Pentacles, the Hierophant. One more. And the King of Pentacles with the Queen of Wands. Ooh, okay. So there's someone here who feels like they're being shunned, right? They're in a commitment with this King of Pentacles. Maybe the King of Pentacles is the one doing the shunning. And there's this Queen of Wands. Now, I feel that's the supernatural energy, this other person who is seen to be like otherworldly, right? It's like this King of Pentacles can't believe that this other person is, you know, just, it's like they've never encountered anyone like that, okay? But there's also this bitterness and grudge energy. So let's see. There's a Five of Pentacles there for Scorpio. Seven of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles. Ooh, okay. And let's look at the Hierophant. Page of Cups, Ten of Cups. Let's look at the King of Pentacles. King of Wands. And the Six of Cups. Yeah, someone's going back to their past. Won't take action. I'm almost getting a feeling like this could be someone who feels like their partner is moving on to someone else. Okay, that there's an offer of commitment here. And they're trying to figure out how to hold on to this person who wants to move on and make the commitment. There's a lot of strategy, you know. I feel like that's the bitterness and the grudge. Okay. Let's look at supernatural. Why is that there for Scorpio? We've got the Four of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. See? With the Three of Swords. So I feel for many of you, this is a third party of some kind, and someone is trying to hold on to someone. Okay? Yeah, let's look at that past of prison. Why is that there? 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, there's a lot of strategy going into this. Yeah, someone's thinking of a partnership, or maybe of a home. They feel like they've been cast out, okay? With the 7 of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands. And there's a lot of bitterness and a refusal to let go of this. They're trying to figure out how to hold on to someone. Okay. Let's look at this well, actually, let's start with the 7 of Pentacles. Where's that there? Yeah, 4 of Cups. See, they've been rejected. I feel whoever's here feels rejected, okay? And they're trying to hold on to the partner. Or whoever is trying to move on. Let's look at the King of Wands. Yeah, Page of Cups, 3 of Pentacles. See, this person is this masculine energy, King of Pentacles, King of Wands, is moving on to build with someone else. And someone is trying to hold on to them, okay? Yeah. Why is that 4 of Pentacles there? 9 of Wands. Yeah, it's just someone who's being very possessive, who doesn't want this masculine to move on, you know? I don't even know if they're in love with this masculine energy, but they just don't want them to move on. It's like they don't want someone else to have them, okay? Could be an ex-partner, okay? Or something like that with this Hierophant energy. There's also a very possessive air here, like almost as if this masculine is a possession of theirs, right? That they shouldn't move on, something like that. Let's look at that Queen of Wands. Yeah, 7 of Swords. Maybe the fact that this person has this Queen of Wands is making this other person so bitter that they're doing their best to hold on, but it's honestly not serving if that's the case, okay? This, as it says, the past is a prison, right? If you hold on to these grudges, it just keeps you trapped there. So I think that's the thing, Scorpio, if this is you, however bitter you might feel, I think you can't try to cling on to things, right? It's you have to let it go. Otherwise it's making a prison for you, okay? So that's what I've got. So that's the energy right now of the full moon. It's kind of difficult, okay? Let's see in the next reading. Hopefully it will clear up. Okay, so let's move on to Sag. What is the full moon in Cancer bringing up for Sag? Full moon in Cancer, what's the message here for Sagittarius? Full moon in Cancer, message for Sag. What is the message here for Sag? We've got the Call of the Night. Ooh, and we've got Seduction under it. Oh my gosh, and Pray. Okay, I'm going to take all those 3. With Maynard. Eats. Okay. So, okay. Gosh. Sag. Somebody here with this Maynard, you know, which has come out a lot. Madness, ecstatic ritual. Someone really has got the hots for you. But with this Prey and Seduction, I mean, I feel this person is watching you. It says stalked, invaded, watched. Be really careful, okay? This card always gives me the creeps, right? It's really creepy. With this Seduction, this is what this person wants, okay? They want to seduce you. It could be someone who is with this adventure and excitement looking for a thrill, okay? So just be very cautious here. Getting a very sexual, creepy energy, okay? Okay. What is the full moon in Cancer bringing up for Sagittarius? Oh, King of Pentacles and the Hierophant. Yeesh, okay. What is the full moon in Cancer bringing up for Sagittarius? What is the full moon in Cancer bringing up for Sag? We've got the 2 of Wands, the Devil, and the 7 of Wands with the 4 of Cups. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Look, this person, this King of Pentacles, okay? I mean, it might be someone who's committed, right? Who's definitely in some sort of commitment, maybe, with this Hierophant energy. This person's at a crossroads. With this Devil, I feel it's that Maynard, like this obsession, right? They really want to act on this. This could be someone who's partnered up, who's like absolutely obsessed with you, okay? in kind of a creepy way. Yeah, just be careful. There's the King of Pentacles here. Because I feel it is a conquest or some kind of adventure for this person. Let's look at the King of Pentacles. Where's that there? Ten of Swords. And the Three of Cups. Oh yeah, definitely. It's some kind of weird third party. Okay. So this person has a third party. Let's look at the Hierophant. Queen of Swords. And the Two of Cups. With the Wheel of Fortune. I feel whoever's in a commitment with them kind of knows that they're in love with someone. Okay. Could be you. Like they're obsessed with you. Or you could be the person in the commitment. Let's look at this Two of Wands. The Devil and Seven of Wands. Why is that there? Nine of Cups and Page of Wands. And one more. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, this is someone who wants to win with that Five of Wands. I got that conquest energy. This person wants to win, okay? They're kind of bored in their commitment. They're prepared to take a risk here with the Fool. Oh yeah, with the Lovers, okay? They want to do something risky. I feel like their partner is aware that they kind of have the hots for you or something like that. Or if you're the partner, then you know that this person has the hots for someone. And they're at this crossroads and they're determined, they're watching you, and it's like they're determined to act on this, okay? They're determined to do this. With that Nine of Cups, it's very much a gratification energy, right? Taking action to satisfy themselves. With Three of Pentacles, it's definitely a third party. That's what I'm getting, okay? Now, let's look at this prey. Ten of Pentacles. See, this person is in a family dynamic. And they're watching you, okay? Yeesh. Let's look at seduction. The High Priestess. Ooh. Let's look at the... let's look at the Call of the Night. Three of Pentacles. See, this person wants excitement. They want a dalliance with somebody. If this is you, you will have to use your intuition here with the High Priestess energy, okay? Use your intuition to recognize when you're being seduced, right? Because it could be subtle. Sometimes it can be very subtle. This person could be very practiced. They may not come on too strong. You need to use your intuition about if it feels like a seduction, it probably is. Let's look at that Maynard. Yeah, Nine of Wands. You need to be on a guard here. And I feel like, in this Nine of Wands, you can see this person's got their, looking through a telescope. This person is watching you. We've got that prey as well. They're spying on you. Yikes. Okay. So it feels like a married person who is maybe a married man, okay, who is obsessed with somebody else, wants to rush off and be with that person. See the Queen of Swords, the Page of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. I feel like whoever they're with probably knows. I'm getting a feeling that this person knows that this masculine energy doesn't give much. See this Four of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. It's like not a lot of emotion, okay? So I'm getting that they recognize that this is not about emotion for this masculine, okay? It is a sexual thing. Eeks. And they're okay with it, I guess. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's look at this Nine of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. Let me clarify that Devil again. Why is the Devil there? Five of Cups. Yeah, this person does not want to, doesn't want to miss out on this. Okay, that's what I'm getting. They're like obsessed and they don't want to miss out on a chance to be with you, even though they're already partnered. Yeah, with the Seven of Cups, there's a lot of fantasy here. If this person wants to explore their fantasies, it's all about their ego. I think the person in a relationship with them understands that it's only sexual. It's not, they're not going to fall in love, okay? And you need to use your intuition here and see through this person's seduction, okay? Oof, okay. I mean, that's not apply to everyone, but definitely for some of you, maybe. Okay, Sag. So that's your reading. And of course, we did Capricorn already. So that's everybody. So that's the last reading of 2025. I hope you enjoyed that. Happy New Year. And I'll see you in the new year. Okay. Bye.